and finest.
So be sure to log on each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to catch Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR.
Tune in.
Hey guys, it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. And this week we look a little bit different because my father, don't call it comeback because he's always been fly, is at home under the weather today, but we're going to keep it going. So I am Charlamagne. What does Dad say for me? Money? Something about the money. What does he say? Fly money? There you go. I need some coffee. I'm Fly Money. And then we got Kim over there. This shit's fly, right? I got all that. And we got Gabe on the knobs and fader. Did I do it just how he did? Yeah. Okay, good. I did good. Okay, thank y'all. I'm having to do this by myself. Mm-hmm. Y'all got to make sure you give him a good report about how well I did. So he should be watching. He really should be watching. So this week, as every week, this show is brought to you by Kiss Wealth Now. So anything mortgage or residential real estate, y'all need to get with me. I can make your holidays rememberable because you'll get approved for your home. So my number, 214-738-4913. And with all that out the way, we're going to get into it. We're a little bit late. We started at 7-ish, but that's okay. We're glad that y'all waited for us to come on. So today we have Christy and we have Marquise, and our topic is going to be dating. Is that a good topic, y'all?
Very good topic.
Okay, that's good. Y'all want to talk about that?
Let's talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
I'm sure. I want to know what's happening and going into 2025, how should people be dating? What's the new rules? Has it changed? Y'all, who want to go first? What's the new rules for 2025?
You go ahead.
I don't know about new rules, but when it's all said and done, I guess it's pretty much the same, but it's done changed a lot, all at the same time. But I guess it's a big topic on this 50-50 thing.
Yeah, right. Is it 50-50, 80-20, 70-30? From a man's point of view, how should it be? Should it be 100-0? The men does everything. I'm just wondering.
It's all about a conversation that you have with the female of what you desire.
Right.
If you desire 100%, that's what you need to wait on.
Okay, so you wait on that.
Yeah,
but if you meet a 50-50,
if you can pull it.
Okay, you got a glass coming from the shadows there. And Gabe, did you want some too? You should. Okay. So basically you're saying you need to communicate. Basically, if you want a man that's or a mate, a partner, maybe that's the new words for 2025. Everybody, this partner thing. If you want a partner, a mate, then you want them to basically carry the weight, and you be there as what do you call that type of person? You just there to smile, to make them look good. You gotta express that.
I just suggest you don't be delusional when you're doing it.
Do not when you communicate. Don't be delusional with your expectations.
Don't think you can pull it and then you can't because you're gonna be by yourself.
That's true too.
So just be reasonable with your expectations.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So what is your take on it?
Well, when I started out the last time we did relationships, we talked about the dating pool has pee in it. But my friend girl, Jerica, that I act with, says it's got a turd in it that hit you in your top lip. Ew. So either way it go, we talked about that. Dating pool have pee in it. So my topic of discussion, I would say for tonight would be, should you tell the bad things to any of your friends or family that are happening in your relationship? Because when you forgive, they don't forgive and they don't forget.
That's true.
Interesting subject.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got to keep your family out of it, that's for sure. Because even I grew up with a lot of female cousins, they just like my sisters. If you come tell me a dude did something to you, then I don't want to deal with him no more.
Right,
in that situation, most people that tell all their business don't come back and tell the good part.
That's right, yeah.
So all I'm left with is what the last thing he did to you. So at that point, when you keep on talking to him, say for instance, if he decide to hit you in your eye because you're talking too much.
Yeah, then that's the problem.
And then you come tell me, I'm upset about it. And now, even though you stayed with him, now you pretty much, in my eyes, you looking kind of stupid too.
Right, yeah.
And then now that you staying with him and you want me to communicate with him, now I don't
Yeah,
really want to communicate
I'm
with
not
him.
going to be at the grill with him, helping him, make sure
Right.
the meat ain't burning, fixing drinks.
And I asked that because I had one guy friend that actually told me that his cousin and the guy got into it. He went over there and beat the guy up and did what he had to do. And then he said, and they were right back together.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the
He
reason you
said,
got to
and
stay
that's
out
the
of it.
reason why you have to stay out of stuff like that.
Right.
So I just thought that'd be an interesting topic
Right,
for
yeah.
this, a little less than
Well,
an
but, I mean,
hour
but
talk,
you know,
because-
people always got to have somebody to talk to, right? So is this where we say you go you go sit in the corner and you pray about it, or or do you find somebody outside the circle? Because if you're going through something,
You really
or
need
do
to
you
take.
go on Facebook or you go on Instagram and let
definitely
everybody
don't do
Don't
that.
take it to
Right.
Facebook.
Well, that's what they do.
I've been guilty of that. That's
Yeah,
not
don't do
good.
that.
So you've taken it to
I've taken it to Facebook before, and he actually said to me, when we first started dating, you had all kind of likes. But then when you went to Facebook and started reporting, I'm sick of him and I'm done with him and blah, blah, blah. He said, I noticed that those likes have shrinked a whole lot. You need to keep your mouth shut and stay off of Facebook.
Keep your mouth keep it to yourself. So is there a such thing? I know what they say. What they said people need to go back to journaling, right? You got two different types of people out there. They say, okay, I'm gonna let it all be known because somebody needs to learn from my story. What happened to modesty? What happened to keeping some things to yourself? Is that gone or is that coming back in 2025?
I think that at this point for 2025, you need to be careful who you talk to.
Oh, I like that.
Because this is the thing.
The person
you can talk to
sticker.
me about the bad of somebody, and I'm always going to look for the good in that person, and I'm not hardly ever going to take sides because I don't have friends that are being hit. So I'm speaking on this about non-domestic violent cases, because domestic violent cases is the only time that I probably would be like, you need to leave.
Yeah, you need to tell somebody so you can get away and be in a safe place.
But anything else about we had a fight because he wanted green, I wanted red, and you telling people, well, since he wanted red, I don't like him no more. Which people look for reasons to judge, and we judge. So I feel like the answer would be find that one person or two special people that will not judge. So because a lot of people judge and then they don't want you back together.
What I would suggest, you find somebody that's balanced, thinking wise.
Yes.
That they can give you both perspectives. And you know the friend that'll give you, that'll tell you what you want to hear.
Right.
And then the one that'll give it to you raw and uncut.
Yes.
You need to go tell that to the raw and uncut friend so you can get a real balance for what you
need, what you're looking for.
And they probably not gonna judge you as much or keep on bringing it up because they can see both sides of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And even with social media and people that people follow.
Right.
Most people follow people that's gonna tell them what they want to hear. That's the reason you have a lot of dudes that just pander to females or whatever, because that's the way they get views. Because they pretty much saying what females want to hear, so they get a lot of views.
They're gonna say, "Ooh, a woman should be treated like this." So, question. So, going back to this whole dating thing. So, do y'all believe in the 90-day rule? Does it take 90 days to really figure out who somebody is, or is it less than that?
I implemented a 30-day rule in my 30s. Like, can I at least get to know you for a month? Which a month is a long time. A month is a long time to try to say, let me see if I can find out. So
you like that you're ugly on the inside.
On the inside, yeah. And so I say that to say that I had a guy I really, really liked, and I broke that 30-day rule because I was like in my 30s.
Okay, we talk now. When we say 30-day rule, is that sex?
Yeah, that's sex.
Okay.
Because when you say 90-day rule, what are you talking about? 90-day rule is sex. Like,
well, I say 90 days to get to know who a person really is. Now,
it don't even take 3 months, if you ask me, to get to know who they are.
Okay. The 90-day rule is about sex.
That's sex. That's why. So we got
about just sex.
Yeah, it's about sex.
But look, I'm old. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, if you're saying
give it up in 3 hours, I'm teasing.
No. 30 days. Look, 30 days. No, but for real, I don't do 30 days anymore. But I would say that you would learn more about a person in a month of being able to be around them. Now, that wouldn't be just 2 dates. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 30 days of actually dating, communicating, being around that person every day, that they're not busy, that you're not busy. Because one thing I learned when I truly started dating that was true, and I was shocked, is that men make time for what they want to make time for.
Mm-hmm.
That's so real. Like, and people do.
Well, you got one right there.
Well, let me put it this way: the rules, the 30-day, the 90-day rule, all this. That's some bullshit.
Okay.
Come on. Tell us about it.
It's all about the connection. Are you healed? Do you really know what you want? Can you tell a dude that you really want to be around? If you put a rule on it, the 30-day rule, a dude can just wait it out.
Right.
Exactly.
I could go have sex with somebody else and wait on you.
And that's what they do.
So the whole point is, it shouldn't be about a rule. You go with your vibe and whatever.
But let me ask you this
your
question,
instincts
because
are.
you and Charlamagne are the same age, right?
Yeah.
And so let me ask you, they're the same age.
I thought it was
He's 50, you 50.
I thought it was his elder.
No, 50-50. No, 50-50. So the thing is, my question to you as a man would be, do you judge a woman that sleeps with you on the first date?
Well, I'm just
now give it real.
No, watch this. I don't sleep with women on the first date. First of all, because I don't know you.
That's a mature man.
So the whole point is with the situation.
Millennial over there.
I'm not gonna. You might be crazy for all I know. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to know if you can handle the situation before I sleep
like
with
that.
you. So I won't sleep with you on the first date.
You know, the other 50-year-old said that when we did the panel for you with the young lady.
Yeah,
remember? He was like, I'm in my 50s. I'm not trying to sleep with a woman right away. I'm trying to remember that conversation. And for you to be 50 and say that, I thought he was just saying that for the camera.
I mean, it just depends on what your intention is. Like, if you're just trying to just do that, then okay.
Even if I'm just trying, if I'm in a situation where I don't want a relationship, but I know I can sleep with you. If I feel like you mentally unstable, I'm not going to do it, because it's going to be problems.
You want to protect your peace.
Yeah, because you're going to be a problem. You're going to be showing up over to the house. You're going to be doing all kind of crazy stuff.
That makes
that's
sense.
The way you get. That's the way you get your car towed up and all that kind of stuff. See,
I'll bust the windows out your car.
So if it's been females that I
that's
know.
That's when you slept with them in 3 hours.
So on everything. But
I ain't bust no windows out no car.
See, but the thing is,
you don't scratch the paint. No,
I done knocked on some doors, but that was more than 30 days. That might have been 3 years, and then I'm knocking on the door.
See, but this is my point with the rule thing. If I can tell you if you set a rule and I can tell you really want to do it before then what's really the purpose? What we waiting for?
Right.
Because most females that's attracted to you, they're going to show that they're attracted to you. Right. But now you just trying to wait out 30 days.
30 days. Like,
just because you said
so 3 days and 3 hours
then as a man.
It's no time span.
You just trying to figure out if they crazy.
I'm just trying to figure out.
And how long does that normally take you?
It ain't a time frame.
Right. But it
ain't a time frame.
So,
it's just, I trust my instincts when it comes to that.
So then, but are you not going to find out if a person is crazy through texting? Like, so right. What about that? Because a lot of people just like to text. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, yeah, but if they write crazy, you can figure that out through a text.
Well, first of all, if you can't have no conversation with me, I'm not going to even ask you on a date.
Okay, you got to have a conversation.
Are you sapiosexual?
What the hell is that?
Okay, so that means that you only have sex intellectually. Like you don't have.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. Intellectual. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
But they coming up with all this new stuff.
Yeah,
what you say that was?
What is it? Sapiosexual.
That's what it's called.
Boy,
Gabe, have you heard of that? Okay,
so he haven't either.
No, he said he had.
Yeah. That means that you only have sex with intellect, like your intellect.
So what? So do you know all the sexuals? Is there?
No, I don't know all of them now. Don't you think that I know?
No, but I'm just saying, like, what? I'm like, what kind of sexuals are there? Because I've heard there are metrosexual. That's more of a Well, yeah,
that's more metrosexual when we say a man go get a pedicure and stuff like that. Yeah. That he actually takes care of him. That's metrosexual. Like, he's not gay.
No. It's some other stuff that's mixed in there with it. He might be doing some feminine stuff that women might normally do, like he's staying in the mirror way too long. It's a lot of females don't like that. Oh,
I got a cousin
He's sitting up here in the mirror more than me. That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He might be what they consider to be fashionable. He care about all this fashion stuff that they doing, but a lot of that just real skeptical in itself on some of
Right.
the stuff
Well,
that they
and
wear
it can
now.
be. I mean, I think more men now are getting manicures more
Yeah.
so than
And
ever.
pedicures.
So
I
yeah.
took my guy friend to get a pedicure. I mean, he loved it. He's like, what are they doing to me?
So
Because I did the
would
whole
you get
hot
the
foot
clear
wax and
polish
everything.
on your nails, or will you get them buffed out?
I
mean,
don't see the need for it.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, but there's
I don't
that-
call a dude feminine if he decides to do that.
Yeah.
Now,
but-
if he get them painted,
Oh, no, that's different.
now if he get them
Okay,
painted, that's on
that-
some metrosexual or
so-
whatever you talk
so
about.
gave you so a buff out clear polish is okay on. Yeah.
Even if
but-
he got his feet done or whatever,
Yeah, I got
it,
my
it
man's
just
feet
got
done
it. It
before.
just got it regularly done. Got some of the rust off of them or whatever.
Yeah,
That-
the rust.
I
Yeah.
can understand that. But
Yeah.
when you start getting them painted,
No.
your nail this long and
Yeah.
all that, and you
So
a
yeah,
dude,
but
that's crazy.
yeah. Well, I've seen the guys with the long pinky fingers. I always think about being a pimp. No disrespect to the men out there got the long pinky finger, but I'm like, because they out there, But that's just their thing, That's more of a 70s, whatever. Okay, so another dating question. So there should be no set time limit because basically y'all are saying the same thing. It's just kind of what feels good because you threw out the 30 days.
Just put it this way.
I don't do the 30. I said I started the 30-day rule
But you
like
said
in my 30s.
But you said that's out now.
Yeah, that's out now. Because like he said, to me now it's about a connection. I was telling a friend of mine today that rode with us, I was saying, you know what? I remember in Fort Worth, I was dating a guy and he cooked for me first.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a dynamic meal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like some fettuccine Alfredo made with broccoli and carrots. It was real soft and nice.
Mhm.
And then we went bowling. And I'll never forget him saying, we didn't have sex tonight, but we had a really great time.
Right.
And I left it at that. That was
Mhm.
his memory. That was it.
Right.
Now, having a great time like that, you vibing. A lot of people say sex would have been on the table and it would have been all right because you're vibing. But it was like, no, I mean, we vibing. We doing good. You cooked a
Right.
wonderful meal. We went bowling. We had a time.
Right.
But I will say, emotionally,
Mhm.
if you have sex, you get emotionally wound up. You got to know yourself.
It's a lot of women
You
that
got
get
to know
emotionally
yourself.
wind
Now,
up.
you even dudes,
Okay.
if you feel like you in love when you have some
Right.
good sex, you might need to wait.
Right,
Right.
you do.
Okay.
Because now you
right.
finna try to take this all out of context.
And it's gonna be too much.
And then the dude gonna be like, man, you
Right.
trying to do too much.
So, okay,
So yeah,
that's a
know
good question.
yourself.
So that's the question. So do y'all believe on both sides that you can have sex without any feelings at all? Period. In a
I
sentence,
think you can
multiple times,
but you do have to beware, like he said. Because see, in my 20s, early 20s, 2021, I would have sex with a guy and it'd be the best sex you ever had or really good sex, and I'd be like, he my husband.
See, that's what I'm
You
talking
see what I'm saying? I know not to do that now at 45, but I'm
Right.
just saying, at
Right.
20, oh, he my husband.
Right.
That's what you got to be aware of. See, that's what you don't want.
Sex should not equal husbandship
No,
or
it
wifeyship if it's just if that's just what it
If
is.
y'all ain't to that point and sex come in first, don't expect
So
for me
and
to
they
be your
say
man
sex
just 'cause.
releases what is that oxytocin? I'm getting scientific. So if you release that too quickly, the endorphins. Well,
The endorphins,
yeah, but
yeah.
if you let it go to, but I'm serious. They say if you let that go too quickly, especially without getting to know, then it's lost. You know.
It's up to the person, mentally that's
Mhm.
involved in it. They actually say scientifically, the
Mhm.
more orgasms you have, the longer you live.
Right.
Yes, and that is true.
Yeah. So look at Nicole's
That
like, yeah,
is
that's true. Okay.
And I say that's true because my granddaddy just died
Uh-huh.
Valentine's Day. He was all right. The day after, it was nothing wrong with him. Like, I honestly said, it must have just been his time. He was 93 and he had dementia and his wife had Alzheimer's. So the girls were like, yeah, we're grown, but we have cameras to keep an eye on them. And she was like, and your grandfather was very active. I was like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I want. 93 and
Well,
still
sex-
active.
Yeah,
Like,
look, remember, this is all I want. It don't matter. Don't feed me. Just lead me to it.
Sex,
Uh-huh.
hey, if I was to go out and I
That would be
could
the way to
choose,
go.
it'll either be sleep
Uh-huh.
or sex.
or sex.
Yeah.
If I had to choose,
Right.
that's
So
the
did
way
they
to
tell
go.
you how many orgasms you have to live a long life? Or
They
just say
did have a
multiple?
number, but I can't remember what the number was.
You be like, okay, let me put this on the calendar. Like, how many more do I need to have
But
this day? No,
If you just think about it, it is
Uh-huh.
a stress reliever.
right.
Very much so.
Say for
I
instance, I could just tell you this: if
Uh-huh.
you done ever been married or you done stayed with somebody.
You know,
Now,
rough
if you
day.
went 7 days, that was my thing. If I
Mhm.
go 7 days, I'm be a little
Most
irritated.
men's sex cycle is 7 days.
I'm
though.
gonna be a little irritated. Now, if you
But do you know
something-
your sex cycle? Is it 7 days?
It's
Because I
7
got a guy that's 4.
Hey, it's about 7 days before I get irritated if nothing ain't wrong with you. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because
4, 7.
hey, if
But people have sex cycles.
yeah, so
yeah.
so say for instance,
Uh-huh.
you do something that'll normally piss me off.
Uh-huh. On your
In
7th day,
7
you're
days,
gonna
in
forgive it.
7 days, I'm gonna eat you up.
Right, you're gonna feel right.
But if we had sex, some good sex by 2 or 3,
you forget about
and you
it.
do the same thing, I might just
All right,
let it
Gabe.
ride.
So Gabe, so is that true on the sex cycle thing? You know, okay. So look at so
I
ladies
think
out
about
there.
you can play that game. That's where my 7
So-
came from.
so are-
Because Vivica Fox said out loud that normally a man would wait 7 days before he hooks up with another woman.
Mhm.
You know, they were doing the whole, she was playing the games. And so 7 days is about what
So
I've
what is
heard.
your- what
but
is your-
no, my guy friend was 4. Like
4
every
days?
4 days, I noticed.
Okay, then you start nutting up
Yeah.
and like. you
But
know,
the orgasms to me are so beneficial though. Like and then I'm a person that don't like toy orgasms. I want the real penetration orgasm. I don't want a
Right.
toy. Forget that toy. That's for
Right.
clitoral use only.
like this
the
one
the
over
shower
here.
head is for clitoral use only. You see what I'm saying? That's
Look,
not-
Gabe, look.
Hey,
the toy does make you numb, and that's a little bit too much. Because then the guys start telling you, "We tired of competing with these toys y'all got." Like
Right.
they really are tired of competing. So
Right. Well,
okay,
I
check
always
this
say
out.
real is better. Like I don't do-
real
I-
is better for me.
and like even down to something basic as sugar. I only do real sugar. I don't want no fake sugar. Like
me
I
neither.
need-
No sativa,
I
no
don't-
sweet
I
low,
want-
no
if
equal.
I'm having sugar,
I want sugar. Hello,
Period.
love it.
So do y'all believe that if a chick use a toy too much,
Mhm.
it can
Affect her sex life with a man.
where it can affect let me see how I'm gonna put
The
this.
nerve
Put it-
endings.
how-
Yes.
Come on, yeah.
Well, will it affect you to the point where your
Man
your
is not
feeling
satisfied.
no your feeling
Mhm.
Is different.
in your coochie
It's different.
is different?
I think it can affect
I
you.
would think so.
But that's what I'm saying is that because, like Kim said, it's numbing you. See, I don't. I like the real thing. That's just
Yeah.
me. A real orgasm, a
Real
penetration
baby.
orgasm is like the best to me. I feel like I've been to the gym working out.
Okay.
But a toy, it's only like a temporary satisfaction. However, like you said, if you keep using a toy, whether because they really are for clitoral reasons, a lot of them, then now if he's trying to please me orally, sexually, he can't even get there because he's competing with the toy.
Well, I mean, I hope she ain't listening. I
Uh-oh.
hope she ain't.
Uh-oh.
listening.
Look.
I ain't gonna say names.
Yeah, don't say no name.
But I seen on podcasts and stuff, women be like, nah, you can't mess your click up with toys or
Yes, you
whatever.
can.
I seen it with my own eyes.
Yes, you can.
I was with a chick.
Mhm.
If her clip was a cell phone, she had about 15% left.
Oh wow.
She ain't hardly have she
No,
ain't
no,
hardly
we
have
both
no
like
feeling. She ain't hardly have no
like she
feeling in
died
it.
or something, right?
Hey.
Like we both like said, oh wow, like she ain't gonna make
That's
it.
too much.
It was bad.
That's too much.
Wow.
That's too much.
Yeah, it was bad.
So do they change?
And let me
do they
ask you
change
something
colors?
as a man, as a woman, because
Huh?
you're married, he's a man.
Wait a minute. What she say?
I'm like, shoot, if you.
What did I do? I had to end up breaking up with her because once I realized you really couldn't have foreplay,
Right.
it was cool once you get in there.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
before then,
yeah.
she ain't feeling nothing.
Just to knock
wow.
the feeling out.
Yeah, so
that's
I
too
was trying
much.
to I
That's
was
too
trying to
much.
work with her. I was trying
I
to
know,
work
like
with
it's
her.
a car.
Yeah, I was trying to work with her. So I asked her, I asked her to bring the toy. It was basically the
Hope it was a
butterfly,
new one.
the
No.
one that go around your waist and then
A
it
butterfly.
sit-
I've
yeah,
heard of the
it
rose,
it
but a
sits-
butterfly?
It sits on your clit.
You heard
So
of a
it's-
butterfly?
it don't go
I don't know
inside
what
you.
that is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it sit on her
But that's
clit.
what I'm saying. Most toys are for your clitoral purposes only.
Look at this
and
is sex education.
that's why I'm like,
class,
yeah,
everybody.
you're learning some
Yeah,
things.
so what happened was I told her to bring it so I could see what the deal is.
Yeah. What am I up against?
Listen,
Okay, so
it's a
she-
science experiment. Let me
hey,
see what it is.
She hit speed 1. Nothing. She ain't saying nothing. 2. Nothing. 3. Nothing. And 4, she responded. And at that point, I said, this is done. You got to go all the way to 4. It sounded like a lawnmower was in the room with me. I'm like, this not gonna work. I said, this not gonna work.
I gotta turn up 12-player R. Kelly to volume like 30 just to drown out the noise.
Hey,
You know.
it was bad.
Alexa, turn up R. Kelly.
Because I'm trying to drown out the noise. Look.
It was bad. So I almost, I tried.
Right.
I stuck with her a little bit, but after that, I was like, I ain't gonna be able to do this no more. Just like that, she started crying and all that kind of stuff. Talking about, can we go to a counselor? I said, what we going to the counselor for?
Right.
I said, your coochie is broke. That's just what it is.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to do about that.
So
I said, so we
obviously
ain't
this
gonna be
was
able to do this.
longer than 30 days, maybe?
Yeah, see, that's another thing. She knew it was broke. So she took it longer. She took it longer than it was supposed to. But so it was probably, I probably waited around 30 and I was disappointed.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
At least he being honest.
Yeah.
I was pissed off.
So then, you're right. So then, okay. So what about, that's another question. Okay. So what about the relationships where there's just a sexual chemistry, nothing else? There's no mental, no nothing. Like, how long do you let that go? Wait, at some point in time, would that get boring if you just having sex and there's no mental connection? Like from either one of y'all's perspective?
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on what your mindset is.
The problem with that is that can go long.
Like how long? 8 years?
I did a 13-year, but listen.
13 years.
That was the whole
we
thing.
had nothing to talk about. Look.
No, nothing to talk about, but the sex was awesome and I slept all the time. And it was so funny because I was on another podcast for a friend in Vegas and she was like, so you back to not sleeping? And I was like, yeah, but I didn't want to say that and the dude be watching. That's not putting me to sleep anymore.
Okay, so audience,
so that's the only way you could sleep?
Not the only way I could sleep, but I just knew it was a lot of good sleep. And I just kept going back. And
so
I didn't
you used the man for sleep?
But yeah,
like a sleeping
I know it sounds horrible. I know it sounds horrible.
Yeah. What's that?
But this guy,
have you ever heard of melatonin?
No, I'm on melatonin now.
Yeah, but what's the stuff that people take for sleep? What's that stuff called?
Melatonin. I'm on it now.
But no, there's something else that people would take. It's prescription from the doctor. No.
Are you talking Benadryl? What you talking about?
Ambien. Yeah.
No. I didn't need none of that with him. No. I was asleep. No.
Y'all see what we got to go through?
Look, he was younger, and I would use him as a sleeping device. Wow. I was sleeping real good. I was knocked out. It was
a sleep aid. Yeah, I like that. Sleep aid.
But listen, though, there was nothing there mentally. I knew I did not want to marry him. I knew he was not marriage material. Now, this was in my early 20s, so I would never do this again.
That's a long time.
I wouldn't do this again. Like, you couldn't get 13 years out of me now.
I'm going to tell you something. That don't make it no better. That's 13 years. That's a long time.
I wasted a lot of time. Yeah. But the sex was immaculate.
So you telling me you weren't talking to nobody that you really liked in between it?
Oh, no, I was talking to people that I like, and I was trying to find somebody else. But sex-wise, if I knew I just had to have sex, that's who I was going to. Let me tell you a story, and it's going to be funny. The guy who I started talking to, who only did the so much minutes, and I wasn't sleeping when I finished, and told me, go get you a spare tire, because I'm older. And I'm not finna be. So I was like, well, the dude I was with can be the spare tire. But he got mad because he was like, wait, you using the spare tire. Spare tire only supposed to be used if you got a flat. Like, you can't be using the spare tire. And me too, it's got to be like I wasn't around and you used the spare tire. So I got a little confused.
Breaking case.
You weren't confused. You weren't confused.
Yeah.
You abusing the system.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I've been allowed to have a flat tire.
Breaking case of emergency, right?
I've been allowed to have a spare tire. Yeah, he got mad at me, so I did let dude go for him. But I can tell you that he helped me to get over that dude, and now it's like never again will you be able to trick me. None of that. This one here let him trick me good. No, I was tricked this last time.
How you was tricked?
Because what he did was, this one here told me I would marry him if I were you. He came back after that 13 years because he knew I was with dude. Because it got bad to the point where I would tell him, stay right there in that seat. Don't you move. Because this guy come in and look at everything in his house and know somebody been in here. Like, it got to that point where I'm like, he crazy. I don't know what he'll do. So I said, don't you move. You sit right there. That's your seat for the rest of the night. And so I was like, let me let him go because this is too much now. I was doing all that, right? And so then after 13 years of not talking to him, he called me and said, I should have married you. What'd he say that for? I called this one. Well, I would marry him because at least y'all known each other for 13 years. She gave me bad advice for the first time. Normally she gives good advice. I slept with him only for him to say, oh, no, I ain't talking about marriage. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to hurt nobody. I didn't mean to. Oh, baby, I went off. I was livid.
What you mad for?
Because you just got me again, and I had said I wasn't giving you me no more.
You was getting him.
Well, I don't, but he got me. He got me one good time.
You deserved it.
He came back.
But the whole point, what I'm trying to understand is why you went back to him talking about marriage, but you said the whole 13 years you really
because that's what got my attention.
Into him like that. Now
he was like, you know what? I should have married you.
You was fooling yourself. I see that right now.
It was a lot of foolishness.
That 13 years you was fooling yourself. You really was cutting for
Let me tell you why I cut it for him. Because the other dude was a Gemini.
The truth coming out.
No. I cut it for him because he was quiet. The other dude was a Gemini, and you didn't know what split personality you was gonna get for the day. This guy was quiet, so he got to be with me for 13 years because he didn't cause chaos. He wasn't dramatic. He didn't cause drama. You know what I'm saying? So being quiet like that, I kind of miss that quietness when you start dealing with somebody that's got split personalities and drama. It's like, oh Lord!
If all y'all was doing was having sex, what was it to talk about?
I mean, we were friends. We talked about a lot.
Okay, let me take so from the outside, what I could see.
She knew him.
Yeah, so, like they didn't go to the movies.
We didn't do none of that.
They didn't go on dates.
No, we didn't go out to eat.
He just came to her house just for that purpose.
So it's easy not to irritate somebody if that's all you're doing.
I wasn't irritated. I was peaceful and I slept a lot. Look, I would keep
talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. So in reality, you didn't have no business talking about marriage when he came back.
No, but see, that's where he tricked me at. That's the only bad advice she's ever given.
She just said she wanted to be married. I was like, well, he asked you. Like
I would have done it. And I called one more friend, my friend in Louisiana, Monroe, and she was like, I'm with Charlamagne. I would have married him too. And I honor both their opinions. So I was like, I'm going to sleep with him, fine. And then he gets there, and I'm like, I thought you said you wanted to do marriage. You come and don't even want to watch a movie. It was always when he walked in that door, get to it. He's like, you don't want to watch a movie? Because now you got to look at the guy who I was dating, watch movies, on dates, buying clothes, doing something totally different. So it was like, I don't want to go back to this. And that was it. And then when I went off on him, I was livid. So I annihilated him.
In actuality, you was putting two dudes together to make one.
Men do it all the time.
That's true.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. We don't even want to talk about that. That's another subject. Can we talk about that? Another subject.
How many women does it take to make one? You got one woman have long hair. One woman has
can't have one woman. Gotta have three.
But tell me why it's more women like that song than men.
I love it because I be singing it to. I got three. That's all right. Where you going? I go get something to eat from this one. Yeah, I love singing it. I love that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
y'all love the remix.
So wait. So you think there's more women? Are you supposed to say
with the 2 to 3?
Well,
I don't know
what you supposed to say.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know. What do y'all say?
This is what I know.
Active. Okay, more active females than men.
Most
is it 50-50?
Most women.
Let me get this answer.
When you start talking to them, they got what I call a straggler.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dude that in a situation just like her, she using it for sleep or whatever. But it's a dude.
It's a sleep aid.
Yeah, it's a dude that they comfortable with. That if they want to, they can call him and they'll let him hit it if they get him in a bad way.
Right.
So in reality, I call him a straggler because you have to knock him off. You got to be good enough to them for you to replace him. See, that's what she did 13 years. She couldn't find nobody to replace the dude because she kept on sleeping with him.
That's true. That's what she said.
And most females got a straggler.
A straggler, okay.
Yeah, and you just...
But men don't?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. See, it's a lot of females got a misconception of how easy it is for dudes to have sex. See, dudes got the most of the time had to work to have sex. A female can have sex no matter how she look. If she wanted to, she could have sex every day with somebody.
I think it's a lot of men I know that agree with him that men have to work for sex.
They do.
No, my friends agree.
Even
my male friends agree.
But in a lot of females.
But hold on a second. You just said that you wouldn't have sex with somebody on the first day. So
Yeah.
are you working for it because you have rules in place?
No,
I mean-
what I'm saying is a dude can't pick the female he want to have sex with.
She has to pick him.
She got to be okay with the situation for you to have sex. And most females, you have to do something to get to that point.
Right, right.
So it ain't up to us.
Christy.
It's up to them.
So, okay, so what does a guy have to do, in your opinion, to get to the goods?
It's up to the female.
Okay,
you got to figure out what they want.
But what are you willing to do? What are most men willing to do?
What's your love language?
I would say that it's act of service is my.
So you like for a woman, you rather her cook for you than take you
out.
No,
what he's saying he will do acts of service, right?
Which one you talk about?
Yeah,
one for me or one I like to do.
One for what do you? What do you like for women to do for you? Your love language.
I like acts of service.
That's what I'm saying. Like you rather her cook for you than take you out to eat.
I mean, to me, it's the
same.
It's the same.
You just want to be treated right.
Yeah, I just want to be appreciated.
That's it. That's acts of service.
Yeah, act of service. So, however you learn me, see what the stuff that I like, and just do some of the stuff that I like, instead of
Most guys are personal touch, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that comes along with it.
Okay, Gabe, what is your love language? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, most.
I have two main ones. I'm not a gifts because acts of services you'll get confused with gifts, but I'm definitely acts of services. But I'm also quality time. Because I don't like the personal touch if I don't know you. If I don't know you, keep your hands off of me. And I done been on a date with a guy that I accidentally made some cabbage.
Hands off me.
Yeah, no, I made some cabbage and neck bone for dude, right? Because he sold me one of those big old cake mixers for like $100, and they worth what, $279. So I gave him some. I made some neck bones and cabbage, and he took it the wrong way. And he said, "Let me take you to the movies." Queen and Slim came out, and he would not keep his hands off me. And I kept saying, "Quit touching me." Like, to me, that's a total turnoff. If I'm telling you to stop touching me, stop touching me.
That's true.
So I don't like personal touch unless I know you.
Well, with dudes, I would say if you looking for a relationship, act of services is a good way to judge it, because most females just only selfish and into themselves. They act of services don't even come to their mind.
They not gonna do it. Kim said she not cooking ever. No matter what. Didn't you tell us that the last time we talked about this? She said, I'm not cooking ever. Well, what about y'all get together? Never. Her thing is never, never, never. I told my guy that. He said I would never talk to her.
Yeah.
No comment. NC, no comment. No. but here we go.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
We're gonna move on. We done hit a nerve. Let's move forward.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
We done hit a nerve.
Well, just put it this way. If a female meet a dude that they like, they'll do stuff that they say they ain't gonna do.
That's true. Now I agree with that. That's the way we can roll it. That's the way we can roll it. I like that. We can roll with that.
So what can
I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, that's true. People, I mean, hey, don't never say never, because love will make you do
some things you said you would never do.
Yeah, right. So I definitely am in agreement of that. Like, I was talking to, I talked to a lot of people. I was talking to somebody, I don't know who, but they were saying they had multiple vehicles and they had a tracker on a vehicle. And anyways, their friend's car broke down, and so they let them use their car, had a tracker on it, never went and rode. And but these are all the things that you do out of love, like
right.
Yeah, know, hey, you want to take a ride? Yeah. Drive past somebody's house, or call a friend. Hey, will you drive past that person's house and let me know if there's a vehicle in the driveway that ain't this one, or that people do things out of love, or out of lust, out of like.
That's not out of love. They jealous. They don't trust the dude or whatever. So that's all about.
Maybe the dude gave them reasons not to trust him.
That might be. But if that's
it goes both ways, though.
Break up with them.
Yeah, that's true.
When you doing all that.
Yeah, don't do drive-bys. Don't call and hang up. Call with a block number.
9 times out of 10, when people doing all that, you already know what the deal is. You just want confirmation of it. And half the people that confirm it don't do nothing about it anyway. So really, you asked her to be disrespected, because once he find out that you know everything that he doing,
right,
and you ain't gonna do nothing about it,
Then
It
what's
ain't
the
no
point?
reason
He's
to
gonna
stop.
keep on doing everything he want to do because you accepted it.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
very true.
A tiger don't change their stripes.
Yeah, so if you ain't
Yeah.
gonna do nothing about it, leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Be like, leave it be. That's true. That's
Yeah,
very
because
true.
you just putting yourself through extra trauma that you
Mhm.
ain't gonna do nothing about.
Right. No undue stress. So we don't cover communication. There's no time limit. We don't talk about
shouldn't be.
toys. So, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think most people. I don't know. Heck, I don't know. But most people consistency they want real. So what about that? So what about on both sides? There's guys out there who are getting plastic surgery done. They're getting ripped and getting extra abs put in. There's girls getting extra abs, but like y'all want natural. Like is natural better than on the body?
My son say I'm wrong because I don't want a man that don't have a body that's fat and big stomach. I have a big stomach, so your stomach bigger than mine, and he get in the way. We can't do nothing. Like I don't want a man. But my son like you wrong. You don't even work out, and you want a man that look like he work out or does work out. And it's like okay, and so
that's where we talk about expectations. It's all. I mean, like I say, it's some dudes that like big cheeks. So
They
it's
do.
all about what you like.
Right.
But like I say, can you pull the one that you're talking about?
That's
true.
That's what it's all about. You want to do with abs. Most dudes with abs.
But would you care if they got fake abs?
See, that's the thing. When you talking about this generalization, it's a small number of dudes
that's
out
doing
there
that.
that's doing that.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, well, I should say, I especially like in the corporate America, I've talked to.
I ain't seen these dudes.
That's because they're not telling it. I think the girls get their body done and they're telling it. A dude, a dude get it done. They're not telling it.
Let's break this.
Men get lipo, and not.
Let's break this percentage down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 100,000. You done heard about that? How many men make $100,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just gonna look at this. They say what? Just in black men, 10% of black men make $100,000 a year. Now, if somebody getting surgery, don't you think they make a certain amount of money?
Right.
Okay, so if only 10% of black men make $100,000, then how many men did you think that's actually getting surgery?
Yeah, I agree. I like what
so that just tell you that the majority of dudes is not doing it.
Right.
Because even if they wanted to, they ain't got the money to do it.
Right. Okay. So I've been in different types of rooms, and I've even, been around black men who maybe didn't get the surgery, but they were the undergarment, like a Spanx. What's wrong with that?
No, I saw that on Girlfriends one time. The man had hips and had a hip girdle. I would run too. I would be scared too, a hip girdle. I don't want no man that need a girdle.
See, but that's what is funny to me. The dude has to pretty much stay the same. And we just got to deal with all our imperfections.
Gabe is over here dying.
Yeah, we got to deal with all our
imperfections.
Yeah. But y'all, we get in the room. Did you see the Martin when the chick took off everything and then she looked like a whole different person? That might be what you're looking at. It's been females that they do makeup, and I done seen them on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
they be looking like a troll,
right? And they
put on all the makeup, and now they looking decent.
Yeah,
you ought to go to jail
catfish.
For that.
Yeah, catfish.
You ought to go to jail for that.
That's true. That people date catfish. They definitely do.
So the thing is, if we got I wouldn't wear Spanx or whatever, but if a dude does it. I don't understand why y'all care so much judgment on the dude when it be situations where females got on all this stuff right here. You think her stomach flat. You get in the bedroom. You get in the bedroom and it just drop it.
Yeah, my guy friend said everything just came out like the Professor Clumps. He said it was just bloop, bloop, bloop. He said by then I was already in, so I had to have sex with. But he said she took it off and everything just bloop, bloop, like everywhere.
It's the same thing with, say, for instance, gastric bypass surgery. The skin might look good right then, but the skin is because you lost weight so fast, the body is not firm.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, I was on a date with a chick one time. This the first time I met her, first date. And I could tell she had the gastric bypass surgery just from sitting across the table from her because the vibration of her voice was making her arm shake.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
So can you tell whether or not I had gastric bypass?
I can't see none of your skin and I ain't touched you. But
Right.
if you was but if you lost a lot of weight, if you
Yeah.
lost 100 pounds, 150 pounds, that skin is not gonna be.
I only did 70 something.
Yeah,
'cause
that
I didn't
skin
wanna
is not
look
gonna
like
be
that.
right.
Yeah.
You only
So
had 70 what?
I only lost 70 some pounds after my gastric bypass. My sister told me I started to look like Star Jones or somebody, and I was like, she shouldn't have said that. So I just stopped losing weight.
yeah, this
Well,
I went
chick
back to
had
eating.
all her meat stuck down off in these jeans, look like some biscuits that done busted open.
Oh,
Right,
yep.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'm looking at her. I'm trying to focus on the date. Now she done went to Papa Do's
Papa
Okay.
Do's.
and
Okay.
done ordered a whole thing. You know, Papa Do's give you a lot of food.
Yes, I know.
She done sit up there and ate one or two shrimp.
Right.
Got a whole thing that she
That's
done
how
ordered.
it is. It does
And
you
all
like
that
that.
kind of. So what you order it for then? Just because you're on the first date? But I'm looking at her. She was
I order
cool.
the kids' meal if I'm on the first date.
Thank you. Because if you know you ain't going to eat it,
Right,
you
yeah,
know
just
your
order
stomach
cake.
can't hold it. So what is you doing?
Right. So we're gonna have to look at we got 3 minutes. We got
Okay.
3 minutes.
Okay, how we gonna close this out?
We're gonna close
'Cause
this
we
out.
gotta come back
We
to
gotta
this.
come
This
back.
is too
But
interesting.
it is very interesting. I mean, just the different opinions about dating and how you should date and body types and communication and mental.
We have to ask him one quick question from the last discussion though, because he wasn't here.
Okay.
Okay, so Charlamagne says she don't want to cook for nobody that she just met because she don't know their allergies and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I get criticized for cooking for a man because women say you should not cook for a man and that be your first date.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Now, mainly they must be talking about he shouldn't be coming to your house. But what if you went to Hills or what if you went Adamant? They think that I get criticized for cooking for a man to show that I can cook.
Well,
Unless it's like her first date.
Charlamagne she coming up with allergies and stuff because she just don't want to cook.
No, I'll cook, but,
Because that's an excuse.
it's
You
not.
can find all that
I
out
don't want to
if you
get to
wanted
know a
to.
person and to know what they want to eat. Like that's from my point.
Do
I
you
wouldn't
think
wanna-
that's too much as a man, though? Would that be a turnoff to you if a woman cooked for you for the first date?
No,
Her dad was
I
like,
would-
I would like to know if you can cook or not.
I'm just saying.
the
I don't want to
cooking
get to know you
thing,
like that.
I wouldn't mind it.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind it at
Not for no
all.
first
You
date.
know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind it at all. Because in the situation, it's just all about we can have a personal because a lot of situations where you go somewhere and eat, it's a lot of noise going on,
Look at-
all that kind of stuff. So that's a more personal date, and it shows you kind of got a little trust in being around me one-on-one.
Well, look, with that being said, y'all have to let us know. We'll come back and talk about it again. Kiss Puff now. Look at speaking the facts. We must end the show, but we've had fun. I had
a lot of fun. Y'all enjoyed the show?
Yeah,
I hope
it-
y'all did. So come back next week. Same facts time. Love yourself so you can love somebody else, and we out.
Yay.
Peace.
Hey, this is Charlie,
This is JR.
host of Speaking the Facts with Charlie and